What's good, y'all guys? We're back again with another video. Today I feel like I have to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks. They're currently on a 4-game losing streak. And I also wanted to make this video before their losing streak because they have some issues that I just have to talk about. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but last year, before the playoffs, and even this year, in the offseason, I said if Chris Middleton's healthy, Giannis is healthy, and Jrue Holiday is healthy, I really don't see a team beating them in 7. And I don't know, I still might think that, but I would be blind or I'd be oblivious if I said they didn't have obvious flaws that they have to switch. Their first flaw is, and this might not be an option to switch, the coach. It's a bad coach. He changed defense though. That's a good thing because I know y'all remember for like his first few years coaching with this team, they used to just let everybody shoot wide open threes. It was just everybody funneled into Giannis or funneled into Brook Lopez, but everybody else shoots. And that kind of hurt them, especially in that Game 7 last year. Grant Williams shot, I believe, 15 threes, hit 8 of them, won the game by himself. Then Giannis couldn't get going. So he changed that now. They're more so, their perimeter defense are actually locking up. And if you do obviously get past them, you have Brook Lopez who's playing at a Defensive Player of the Year level, and you still have Giannis. And they're also closing out on threes, and that's something they never really did. So he did change that. But the offense is still bad, and it also might not be his fault, even though he has been here for years and they have had good teams, or he could have changed the way the offense looks, because I feel like he lets Giannis have the ball a lot more than he should have. Like, I feel like and I said this in previous videos, they rarely run pick and rolls with Giannis as the roller. They does it a lot with Jevon Carter, and I noticed that. He does it a lot with Jevon Carter, where they'll run this dribble handoff, and that works effectively. But I'm talking about like with Jrue Holiday. They rarely run pick and rolls with Jrue Holiday. I feel like this year has stepped it up as a playmaker, but they rarely run pick and rolls, and I feel like, I'm not saying put a leash on Giannis, but he's letting Giannis shoot it a lot more than he should have. And I don't know, that might just be Giannis saying, I'm going to trying to spread my game out and trying to shoot, which I understand. But like, it shouldn't be like that. Because especially in the game yesterday, you're facing the Bulls, you're bullying Vucevic. And I want to see if I can put this screenshot up that I just seen somebody post. But he's facing the Bulls, he's bullying Vucevic. And I believe he shot like 7 mid-range shots yesterday. And he hit some of them. I'm not saying don't shoot mid-range shots, because even last year, Giannis was a good mid-range shooter last year. But he's bailing the offense out. And I know y'all always, when they're on TV, you hear Jeff Van Gundy say it, like, why is he doing that? He's bailing the offense out. The defense out, helping the defense. And I still don't understand why he's doing that. Yesterday, he shot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mid-range shots yesterday with 3 threes. You don't need to be outside that much. That much, Giannis. And I understand, and that might be an outlier game because Jrue Holiday was out, shot creator. Chris Middleton was out, another shot creator. So, and your core, your depth is not hitting. They haven't been hitting all season. So he said, fuck it, I'm going to do it by myself. But if you're bullying Vucevic, and he had 5 fouls, so I understand he is a guy that gets a lot of fouls. But if you're bullying Vucevic easily, you have a lot of shots. Like, look at the picture. You have a lot of shots in the paint where you're dominating the paint. Why keep forcing? Especially when they're double teaming you. Off the post, they're double teaming you. Pat goes right there, and then you'll have a help defender come out of nowhere. And he'll shoot over that. He shot over that yesterday, and I didn't understand that. But they have to find a way to make this offense move more smoother and like have more motion to the offense, because they're such a great team because their defense is just on another level. Like, they're top 2 defense, but their offense is bottom 10. That's bad. That's bad. And of course, Chris Middleton is going to help with that. But they still have glaring problems. Now, the next problem is their bench. I wouldn't even say it's bad, but I would say they're not doing their job. Pat Connaughton, Grayson Allen starts, but I'm labeling him as part. I should have said their depth. Their depth is not doing what they should be doing. The only one I would say is kind of doing what he should be doing is Bobby Portis. He's not shooting it well, shooting 30%, and that's bad for him, like real bad. For the past couple of years, he's been shooting above 38, so that's real bad. But if you're still able to be effective and still able to drop 14 points and 9 rebounds, not stat watching, but you can see he's still effective to every game he plays, then I will give you a pass. But guys like Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton, George Hill, Wesley Matthews, guys that's there to shoot and you're not shooting it well, Grayson Allen, you're shooting 38, but you're only making 1 3 a game. Same thing with Pat Connaughton, you're shooting 31, and you're only making 1 3 a game. You're supposed to be their sniper. They paid you to be their sniper, and you're not hitting. Wesley Matthews, he's also not hitting, but I also understand playing him, and I wouldn't even say he should be shooting it a lot more. He's only shooting 3 a game, 2 a game actually. Wesley Matthews can still shoot, and I think his defense has been pretty decent for them, but their depth key pieces or their shooters are not shooting it well, and that's hurting the offense, and that's why the offense looks so bad, and that's probably why Giannis is forcing, because it's really no other option. It's no other option. There's times where they do run it through Brook Lopez, and that's always going to be effective. Always going to be effective. But Brook Lopez do have off nights. He has a lot of off nights, and they're pretty frequent. And Jrue Holiday, same thing. He has a lot of off nights, pretty frequent. But it's not like they're not impactful on the court. But those other guys, when they're having off nights, which is the whole fucking season, they're not impactful at all. Not impactful. And that's going to hurt. That is going to hurt no matter if you have Giannis, no matter if you have Jrue Holiday, Chris Middleton healthy. That is going to hurt because it's some teams this year. It is some teams this year that can upset them. It's some teams that can, the Boston Celtics win league was upset. But how good the Nets look right now, and I know it's only like a 15 game stretch, so I don't know if people want to overreact that much, but like this is a good fucking team. That is a good fucking, and you have Kevin Durant, who people might argue is the best player in the world. So they will have a chance to beat the Bucks. They will have a chance to beat the Bucks, and that's something we wouldn't say 2 weeks ago. And if the Nets were starting to win games, let's say they won this 10-game win streak, but if their core pieces on the Bucks was hitting their shots and like the Bucks look better, I wouldn't say that. Even if the other team looked dominant, the Nets look dominant, but if the Bucks still look like the Bucks, I wouldn't say that. But since the Bucks are not hitting, and it's been for the first 30 games of the season, that's where my concern is coming from. Because there's some teams on the come up. We seen the other night against the Cavs last week. We let Giannis do what the fuck he wanted to do. He bullied Jared Allen. He bullied Evan Mobley the whole entire game. But we dominated. They came back at the end of the game. Of course, they came back. But we dominated because nobody else was on shit. Nobody. And we can keep that same thing. We can do that for a whole series. We can keep that same plan the whole series. That's kind of what the Celtics did. And it worked. Giannis almost did it, though. He almost did it. He probably should have did it. Y'all 3-2. He should have closed that out. But a lot of teams are going to come in with that same mindset, that same scheme where we're just going to let Giannis be him. He's going to be him. He's Giannis. He's all-time great. But them other guys, they're not on shit. Not on shit. And we might even play off them other guys to try to stop Giannis because last year they were hitting their shots. This year they're not hitting, so we don't care. And that's just why I'm making this video, because they have to make a move. And it might not just one move. I think they have to make a couple. And I think one move that can solve shit for now, because the reason why I'm saying a couple is because I don't expect Pat Connaughton to shoot 31% from 3 the whole season. I don't expect Bobby Portis to shoot 30% from 3 the whole season. I'm still waiting for Chris Middleton to come back to fully judge the team. So for right now, a move that can just keep them above water, keep them afloat, like still let them be a top team in the regular season, go get Jordan Clarkson. It is not going to be hard at all. Not going to be hard at all. Danny Ainge already said in the beginning of the season, and this shit has changed. It still might have changed. He said he only wants one first-round pick. And now, I'm giving you a little leeway since you said shit might have changed because that was like a month ago. 2 picks, and this is off Trade Machine, but 2 picks, Grayson Allen, who the Bucks been trying to give up. 2 picks, Grayson Allen, and George Hill for Jordan Clarkson. Deal. You're giving the pick hoarder, Danny Ainge, his first-round picks. You give him his first-round picks. Grayson Allen's still young. George Hill's in a expiring contract. Don't even really have to worry about it. He was only getting paid, I believe, $4 to $6 million. You can even release that if you want to. Now, what Jordan Clarkson will bring to this Bucks team is something they've needed for the longest time. Like I said, Giannis is such a great that he's been able to mask the flaws of this team, to hide the flaws of this team. The coach was one flaw, but this team has, and when it comes to the bench, they never really had a bucket getter. Like 2 years ago, last year, even the year before that, I remember people wanted them to get Derrick Rose so bad, and this one Derrick Rose was doing his thing off the bench, and not only because he's like an initiator off the bench, but like Derrick Rose was scoring 15 to 16 a game at that time. He was on his bucket shit. Jordan Clarkson is that. He's available. He would fill in the holes easily. He's starting this year, but we know he's a perennial 6 man of the year. He would fit this team so perfectly. A guy that can give you 4 to 5 threes a game. A guy that can score. This is why a lot of people might say, all right, why not go get Malik Beasley? Because Malik Beasley is not a scorer. They need a score. Because when that shot not popping, you got to find a way to give me buckets. And Jordan Clarkson does that. That's what they need off that bench. And that's what they might even start him. But that's the type of player that they need. A player that's not going to hurt you. I wouldn't even label Jordan Clarkson as a ball stopper. I feel like him and Giannis would fucking kill. And that little dribble handoff shit that Giannis be doing with Javon Carter, imagine that with Jordan Clarkson, a sniper, a bucket getter. Man, that's the one move that can kind of hide and protect everything until y'all get to the playoffs. Until we see like Chris Middleton healthy, the shooter starting shooting good again. This move can protect everything. This move can let everything phase out because, as we seen yesterday, Giannis doesn't have shit. When his guys are out, he don't have it. He don't have shit. He's going to give us his game at 45, 20, crazy, and 10 and 7. But if his guy's not stepping up, he can't do it all by himself. Even against the fucking sorry-ass Bulls, he can't. But adding a guy like Jordan Clarkson, a guy that they've been needing for years, that will help out. I would look at them so different, especially when we do see the shit around them get better. I would look at them as like, yeah, it's them or nothing. Right? And if they lose, I would start looking at Giannis different because that is the perfect team. That would be the perfect team. So that's all I really feel like. It's still other options out there they can make. They can trade for like Jason Richardson. I feel like Kenrich Williams will be a good pickup for this team. Even Cedi Osman, but I don't feel like they would do it in division trades. But yeah, they got to make some moves badly. But I still look at them as a top team. Like I said, I still don't know. Like Giannis is, like I said, he's been able to hide so much shit that we don't know. This is a bad team, but he's been able to hide so much stuff that like shit, he might be able to do it again. He still might. So let me know what you think about this video, man. We'll be back with more videos this weekend. Make sure you stay safe. Have a great holiday. Peace out.